After all this, are our efforts still in vain? Wuchang, the envoy of demise. So, it is you.
I offer this blood, that the primordial deity may feast upon it!
Offer excruciating pain, tirelessly reigned for 17 years, only to lead my nation to ruin, to the end of my dynasty!
The modern dream fades. Night healing.
So all what you just saw was recorded in the New Game Plus, so I had all my stuff from the first clear of the game with me here. Including all the levels, so I could easily swap between the weapons this time to test them out, and I realized that yeah, axes are broken, but spears are even better. Especially this one. And that spear is none other than Cloudpiercer. And well, we have couple of things to make it beyond broken. But before we go on, quick word about our sponsor, LagoFast. LagoFast is a game booster that offers many different tools for games, like customizable FPS booster. But it doesn't end here. Amount of game tools LagoFast offers is really impressive. Let's take Wuchang as an example and look at its dedicated map tool, Map Master. It highlights all kinds of stuff on your map. You can of course filter it, like enemies, resources, NPCs, and many more. And you can also enable an option that lets you teleport to those resources. So let me demonstrate you real quick how it works in game. We just press the bind associated with it and we see everything that we checked to see. And we can just simply disable it with one click as well. There's also an alternative option for it, which shows you this radar, like a map, that shows you all the resources, enemies and everything on the radar instead. And after getting abused by this boss on repeat, I learned very good use of it by just teleporting back into the room instead of walking on the stairs. Now with even better and updated map tool, letting you easier navigate through the world. So if you're interested, I will put link down there in description with my discount code for anyone interested in getting the premium subscription. And big thanks to LagoFast for sponsoring this video. There's also one thing I need to mention, because whenever you do New Game Plus, you have kind of this advantage of having everything you had before, and every pendant, I mean at least most of them that you pick up, will get an upgrade, +1, +2, and so does the Benedictions, and that apparently greatly increases their benefits. So I tried now to find them again, so I have +2, and the damage results are pretty crazy. Like looking on the paper, this thing gives you a huge advantage. Not to mention the levels staying with you, but that doesn't give you that much, since most nodes give you just +1 to Agi, +1 to strength, so it's not that big of a deal. But well, you can start instantly checking out other weapons, and that's how it came to be here with the Cloudpiercer, because I already had it but never tried it before. And funny enough, it started with Cloudpiercer just because I could do this, which looked like a big damage, but it turned out that the discipline, the stabbing in sequence is way better, because this hits way harder in a single hit, but the stab just sends like 5 or something hits of 2k plus, which gives you overall like 10k plus for a single press, and you can just tank most hits through by just getting some leech on. So if you temper leech, or you have like bow sorcerer memory to give you absorb, you can just tank through everything, and as I just did to the white robed elder, you can just straight up kill him. But if you know how to start the boss, and for example like the boss orc, I just hit him from behind, hit her, and I could just do the finisher and job done, 20k plus HP done in a sequence. But also the big advantage of these tabs compared to this one is that you can press them twice and then you can use the swift charge heavy attack afterwards. So this is way more potent in terms of like your Skyborn Might. So talents, I still have the binding time here, so I can put the one-handed sword and generate my Skyborn Might, so I can save the Insta 5 Skyborn Might from the incense for the boss fight. And for the boss fight I also use the feather, and I always want to get the red one, so I kinda save manipulate by now to get the best results, because I have only 5 to carry with me. So if I don't get the red one, I kinda give up and just load it back in. And for the spears, I basically ignore all the bolt heart mechanic and everything. I just try to always grab all the nodes for agi and strength, since the weapon scales with both. And well, basically all I grab is the Furious Trap with both upgrades, but the Blight one you could ignore because it's kinda useless. And I also grab Solar Spear because I use it sometimes for like huge gap closer, but that's when I play with the weapon skill. And that's it. I just basically try to pick up like all the damage nodes and endurance nodes over the vitality actually, because as you see, like I can just burst the bosses through as long as I can press the abilities properly. So I started with spear because I was mainly looking for a weapon that scales the best. Like here you see the scaling and has the biggest single base stat. So like axes, I was looking for blunt and 122 here, but only level 3 strength scale. So like this one would be slightly better already because of the scaling. And I got bored of dual swords and I thought they just do very low damage. So I thought of like the bigger weapons to do crazy damage, but all of them were lacking a bit. And then I looked over spears. And look at that already. Remember, this was like 122 blunt, but only strength level 3 scale. And look at this. We start already with 101 on stab, 76, 106, and those are spears. So the stab is also easy to perform, especially with the Furious Stab, the Solar Leap. Like most of the combos are stabbing, yeah? And then we have 102 here. 78 here, and that was the highest scaling one. But if you see, I mean the highest base, but you see the scale is level 2, level 2, level 3, level 2, and Cloud Piercer level 4 and level 2 with 102. So I also realized there's one more thing that can scale that stab through the roof. So the spear section would be looking plus minus like this. I was going for the feathering damage as the tempering, just to get more flat damage output. So that's why I have the feathering here instead of the vitality. But if you have enough levels, it's easy to just afford everything you really need here. But you can skip all the feathering talents that you will see on the tree if you just prefer to use leech, because both are fine. It's not that big of a difference, because the feathering you can only add like 100 per hit. So of course the talents on this side, we go for the Skyborn Might, stacks, for the mana, whatever you can afford at your current time of game. You go impact, of course, if you wanna do the feathering, and you also then need those points here. So feathering is way later in the game, when you can like afford already that many talents and you already know a bit the game. So leech is completely like in every kind of way it's better. Just if you wanna do the most absolute damage, it's like feathering or magic for pen perhaps. But like Health Siphon, this is like not needed, especially with leech. I would just deduce it. Like so many points, I have already too many, because yeah, it's like new game plus, and just not that much you can actually get use of, because like I sped up the temper literally here, because there's nothing really to pick outside of the like the stacks for Skyborn Might. But what I recommend you doing is like starting one of the trees when you already have a like starting to have too many talents, and like you can start this here for dual swords if you have too many talents, and you can pick like good nodes instantly, like agility, like strength here via endurance. I mean the axe starting is not the greatest to go for, but like here you just pick the swords generating use Skyborn Might and you instantly go to 5 strength. But next benefits are down on the thingy, so I mean, you don't necessarily need them. I leveled up like crazy just to see how much absolute damage I can output, but it was already fine. I forgot to put those points. But yeah, that's also like depending if people have the materials for it, because it's costly. It took me some time before I could max out it the first time, so I highly advise again to play with leech, because the other thing doesn't add that much, and well, that's all you really need. And all you really need is like the strength scale, agi scale, and smaller strength and smaller agi scale. You can go for duration for QOL, for the quality of life, but if you want the max damage, you obviously just go for like the scaling higher and higher. Let's see, like agility gives me from 500, we go back to 534. So I think it scales, yeah, it's a bit easier to get strength, but if you have all the points, well, then you're gonna do the most absurd. But if you have like same points, doesn't really matter, just get big strength, big agi, and smaller with the leech. But if you question yourself why you see this absurd scaling here, well, the stab is looking beautiful, ain't it? And that's because we have benedictions, and I have the updated oh, I didn't even put them on. Look, this is so great to show. Look, it's actually crazy to think that I didn't have the benedictions equipped. I just realized that after I found the eagle pendant, it gave me a lot of upgrades, so I might just equip a smaller one, but oh, I left the smaller one. The ones I found, I kept for the second time, so I didn't find the tiger pendant, sadly, but I found this one. But I think this one is a bit scary to use, to be fair, because +2 with the damage taken, nah, thanks. So I use the tiger pendant, the eagle pendant for the stab damage, and twin lion for the discipline skills. But if you want to use the big hit, you can use the coiled dragon instead of this. And so we also have this, which is the impale +2. Apparently the set also goes +2. I managed to find most of them +2. And just take a look. We have potency of backstab, so if you hit in the back, it's gonna be even more stupid damage if it's even needed. Arbitrates, recovering HP is like whatever really, and consecutive attacks increase your damage. Isn't a furious stab just perfect for it? Yes. But what's important is for you to see on the stab scaling here, and when I put this, I go back, refresh, +9 fucking 100. This is insane. So now when you take a look on the tempering, which is like the final scale that I'd say it's a final scale, it's 204 + 1.1. Which is just insane if you are like stupid feathering even or burn for just 100 more. And that's like quick 5 stabs that keep growing on the damage. One last thing I can tell you is that definitely +2 pendant that gives you like damage but increases your damage taken is way better than the tiger one. But what's important is to have the stab increase and to have increase for our discipline skills or our weapon skills depending which one you use. But as you can see, clearly both are stabs, so both gonna work just perfectly fine. What's important is you to land the damage on the boss, preferably in the back, quick, like with, let me use the essence to get quickly 5. Look how quick it is, and it's harder to interrupt. Because like this glide on, but pretty quick. So that's all. All that's left is for you to try. Respec is completely free. You should have all the benediction, especially if you're on New Game Plus. So, well, give me your feedback, tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. And just as always, see you in the next video.